Yo, what is up, YouTube? Back with a quick video of the 2000 Chevrolet S10 2.2 liter. This video specifically is about my experience with HP tuners on this vehicle. So I am naturally aspirated at the moment. I will be boosted eventually in the future. I have other hobbies and stuff getting in the way of that. Don't have the time and the money right now, but it will be coming in the very near future. With that being said, this is about HP tuners and not my build. So my experience with the HP tuners for the 2.2 liter S10 is phenomenal. Now, do I think it is a beginner modification, for somebody on a budget? No, definitely not. Now, this is a budget build, but I am opening doors for the future for turbocharging, things like that, so I want the HP tuners to get spark advance, mess with my fuel cutoffs, things like that. With that being said, my experience has been great. I've had it for 4 to 6 months. I probably wrote 10, 12 tunes on my truck. Minor tunes, but they do make a difference. You can change, your tire size, your tire height, the calculator. You can change that. So if you're running smaller wheels like me, it fixes your speedo. That's a big deal. You got your speedometer, you got your cutoff, your governor, your speed governor. So that's limited by spark and fuel. You can adjust those, raise it to whatever you want for track use only. Okay, everybody, I'm gonna say this right now. This is for track use only, not for on-road. I am just giving you my 2 cents on my experience on track use. So with that being said, we're gonna keep going. I like the aspects of being able to mess with a test pipe, test tubes, cat delete. You can do a cat delete and falsify tellure O2 sensors, disable them, whatever. You can mess with that. You can also mess with your injector flow rate, your pulse rate, all those things. Not that you would need to naturally aspirated, but you can, depending if you're running corn, all those things. If you want more spray, you can mess with the timing of that. You can do power enrichment. You can do throttle position sense, the sensor position. You can do many other things like timing, all that. You can get into each individual cell at different times, rather, its temperature, whatever, and adjust each cell individually, do them as a whole, do the majority of them in certain banks that you want. It's pretty interesting how it works. You got to know how engines work, obviously, and play it safe while you're learning. I'm learning and I'm very green to this, so take that with a grain of salt. I don't know a whole lot. I know enough to keep my motor from blowing up. I'm running mine pretty rich. I like pops and bangs. So that's what I've got mine tuned for. Gas mileage just went down a little bit. That's a given. That's obvious. That's going to happen. But it's enjoyable, so it's worth it. I'm not pinching every little miles per gallon out of this thing. It's a drift truck. That's what I got HP tuners for. Now, I don't want to sit here and repeat anything I've said, so hopefully I don't do that in this video. It might happen on a thing or two, but I'm just going to try to keep it short and sweet, because I know there is a lot of guys out there with these 2.2 liter S10s, and they know they are just gutless. They are slow. They are almost dangerous on the highway to a degree. Like, they can't even get out of their own way. So I'll tell you right now, naturally aspirated, I have some bolt-ons for sure. But this S10 can pull up a steep grade. If you don't know what a grade is, that's uphill. A steep grade on the highway, 5th gear in overdrive, and still pull. Okay? Anybody that has an S10 that's a 2.2 liter knows pulling up a hill, 5th gear overdrive on the highway, that ain't happening. You're slowing down. You're losing speed. Okay? That's not the case anymore. This bad boy, they put out like 120 to the flywheel stock, like 90 to the wheels. I've definitely gained, I can say without a doubt, I have experience in hot rods. I've been growing up with this my whole life. It has definitely gained, for sure, at least 5 to the wheels. Now, that doesn't sound like a lot, but with that being said, I'm talking about HP tuners alone. I'm not talking about the other bolt-ons. I think I'm over 10 to the wheels extra than stock, for sure. But HP tuners alone gave me at least 5 horsepower. Doesn't seem like a lot. You sit there and do the math on something that puts 90 to the ground. That is a big jump. Big jump. It's not fast. Definitely not fast. But you got a 5-speed. You pair it up with HP tuners and some bolt-ons. You're having some fun, man. You're having fun. Now, you ain't whooping nobody. You might whoop, you know, a Volkswagen Bug that's non-turboed or something, you know, just a dog. But I tell you what, these things are a blast with this HP tuners. It opens up a lot of doors to even just teaching you. Just the learning experience alone for $500 ain't bad. The initial cost was $400 for the HP tuners for me, and then 2 credits was $50 a piece, so $500 total. It's not necessarily a budget-friendly thing to do right off the jump, but if you can save up for it, it is worth it. Now, don't make the mistake like I did and try to wait forever to try to buy one on sale. I found one on sale for like 50% off on Amazon one time, right? Got so excited. It was like $250. I purchased it, whatever. Wake up the next morning, they told me, you know, it was false listing or, you know, a non-trusted seller, basically. So it probably was a false product. Don't do that. They're not going to be on sale. You are not going to get a sale on your HP tuners. Buy it at full price. Don't buy it anywhere sketchy. I did buy mine from Amazon afterwards, but I paid full price and I got it like same day shipped from like a reliable seller. Don't cheap out with that because you're going to have issues, have money refunded, whatever, have to wait for your money to come back, whatever it may be. And $500 really isn't that bad. You could tune other vehicles. It's a diagnostic scanner as well. There's many things you can do. Comes with a cord, simple instructions in the box. I mean, you are literally tuning in less than an hour. If you do a little bit of research ahead of time, from when you open up that box, man, you can be tuning in less than an hour. On your truck, writing the tune itself, less than 2 minutes to download it to the vehicle. Super simple, man. Anybody with like a 5th, 6th grade education can do it. Computer-wise, not knowing about tuning engines specifically, I'm saying the software, the setup on the computer, easy to navigate. That's what I meant. Now, I know I'm rambling on about this. You know, flame me up in the comments. It's all right. I'm new to making videos. I'm not going to be the best. I acknowledge that. I just want to put my 2 cents out there for you guys. Hope that this helps anybody thinking about getting HP tuners for their S10. And I'm going to add a note real quick too. Not all 2nd gen S10s with the 2.2 liter can be tuned. If I'm not mistaken, I think it's from 97 and up. I think it's 97 to 03 or 04, whatever it may be. I don't think you can tune before that. It's like a, I'm not going to say the word, but it's a B year for the S10. It is the black sheep year of the S10 as far as tuning. So you are screwed if it is pre-97, I'm pretty sure. But, you know, if you're rocking anything newer, which a lot of them are, you're in good shape, man. You're in good shape. Hit me up in the comments. Let me know if, you know, this video was annoying, if it was helpful, if you guys like this kind of content, if you think that S10s are dead and nobody gives a crap about tuning them, you know, in 2025. Let me know what you guys think. Do you want more content about this drift build? Do you want to see future plans, where it's came from, my last S10 drift build? Let me know. I would really appreciate if you guys like and subscribe. And if you don't, you know, leave a dislike and a comment. Let me know. You guys take care.